Happy birthday to my beautiful Scorpios, my beautiful followers, legends, to all of Scorpios out in this world. May all of your beautiful dreams, wishes, and desires all come true after you blow out your beautiful birthday candles. My goodness. What a beautiful occasion it is. I mean, I must say that October is a very, very beautiful, season. I mean, the fall times, especially the darker times. But of course, please feel free to stay tuned for the upcoming October 31st. If your birthday does fall on October 31st, I want to welcome you to attend the virtual performance, and I really think you guys are fabulous individuals, and I would really love to wish you all a happy birthday, on those discussion forums if your birthday does fall somewhere in between. And in case I don't even get a chance to even wish you guys a post pre-belated birthday, happy birthday to you all, and may everything just work out in your beautiful favor. And welcome to, your beautiful season of heading off towards the 2025-2026 year cycle. But anyway, I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot, and for today I'm going to be doing your general love reading, your 5-card spread. But before I do that, I'm going to offer these beautiful 24 red roses. First, as a beautiful birthday gift, because I feel like that everybody should always receive, even in the form of a bouquet of roses for a birthday gift, but also as a token of my love and appreciation for your love, support, and devotion towards my channel. And thank you so much for joining me this fabulous evening as well. So, this 5-card love reading includes where the first card represents you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, fourth, the past, and fifth, the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favole and one card from the French Tarot deck of the Tarot Interdit Vampiria. But let's get started with card number 1. You get King of Pentacles. Royal card, okay. Abundance and being in a real luxurious position, but it's also very grounded and realistic card. So maybe even have Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo placements, or maybe you're just have always been a very realistic and grounded individual as well. But the King of Pentacles, I mean, I'm mostly getting for the ones who are in a relationship, but you could also still be in a state of singlehood and luxury and other ways where you pretty much just think, I've got everything. I've got a good career. I've got a beautiful house. I've got a vehicle and stuff like that. I'm in a fulfilled position. Maybe you're not quite looking for courtship or companionship out in this world. 100% your prerogative. No judgment ever coming from me. But anyway, that's what this card has for my beautiful, Scorpios, at least for this week's reading. So, let's see. I mean, yeah, I just feel like that this is a very beautiful, abundant, it's normally, 9 of Pentacles is considered abundant, but I feel like that King of Pentacles is also just a really fulfilled, abundant card as well. Ooh, the other person, 10 of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Aha. Well, let's first look at the single ones for this reading for today, because it looks like that you pretty much are incredibly hardworking and motivated, but yet you somehow feel a little bit burdened in other ways. But that's why it puts you in a position of being the King of Pentacles. So I feel like that this pretty much just kind of checks out. But it could also be, that you're very, in a luxurious position, and maybe this person is also trying to work incredibly hard to also match, his or her energy to yours as well. Because maybe, it's like this person also wants to be able to afford, like, maybe beautiful, lavish evening outings or any kind of holidays, or maybe any kind of gifts and stuff like that as well. So maybe, it's like, you pretty much probably have everything taken care of and stuff like that. But this person also wants to kind of, just be on the same, level and length as probably, living a really good, equal lifestyle, right? Instead of that, this person pretty much just thinks, okay, I'm just going to, allow Scorpio to pay for all the meals and for all the gifts and stuff like that as well. So, but anyway, let's look at what the relationship is or could be. 9 of Wands, but this kind of makes me think about the single ones in today's love reading, because the 9 of Wands is feeling exhausted beyond belief, but you're not giving up. Because let's just combine all 3 of these for a moment. Well, let's say that you're in a really good position because you worked hard, but the only missing puzzle piece in your life is finding companionship or love. I still see you working incredibly hard, irregardless, because the 9 of Wands, including the 10 of Wands, is that, you feel exhausted beyond belief, you feel burdened, but you're just not giving up. And that is actually mostly, the crux of any kind of relationship or outcome for that, way as well, is that you pretty much just think, okay, I'm in a very beautiful, stable position, I'm working incredibly hard, and I'm not giving up. But it could also be that you're in a very beautiful, like grand position. The other person is working incredibly hard and, maybe to even, keep up with this relationship. And maybe this person feels incredibly exhausted even in this current relationship. But this person, man or woman, whoever you're currently with, have your eyes on what have you, is feeling exhausted beyond belief, but is not giving up as well in this relationship at least. So, because when we look at the past, the devil, ooh, Capricorn energy, okay. So the devil is pretty much, the sneaky deity. It could be an it, he or she, or it could be your mindset or feelings or thoughts in other ways as well. So what am I just seeing here is that, well, the devil, it's like maybe, you're also trying to mend any kind of relationship. Maybe you're actually trying to work hard to head off towards a breakup or a divorce in other ways because the devil, showed up in your past. But it could also be that maybe, the devil kind of puts you in a position where you are in a very lavish lifestyle because maybe the devil, was kind of like your self-doubt and lack of faith, and it kind of puts you in a position of feeling, incredibly burdened because you had to work incredibly hard, in any kind of, situation, and it puts you in a real exhausted position as well. Because let's quickly, go over to the future for a moment. You do get the Four of Pentacles. So the thing is, it could be with, where you could end up with an Earth sign, maybe with a Capricorn or Taurus or Virgo in other ways. But it could also be, that you pretty much are, could be experiencing any kind of devilish situation. So then your King of Pentacles suddenly gets reduced to the Four of Pentacles. Hopefully not. But it could also be where you just pretty much had to also do a bit of a sacrifice. But again, it is also in a sense of feeling, comfortable. That's what I mostly get here, is feeling comfortable. It's not being in your lavish lifestyle in other ways, but it's kind of, thinking, okay, it's like maybe you don't like to be in the King of Pentacles position because maybe you find it just too burdensome. Maybe you're a celebrity and you just think, well, I love the attention at first, but now it's kind of causing me to feel a bit overwhelmed, and especially with, whoever this devil situation could be. And you just want to live a comfortable life, just maybe basic means. I mean, of course, to each their own. It doesn't have to be resonating for anybody. I mean, I would practically wish you guys an entire everything that you would want in other ways if I had that kind of power, which I sad but true don't. But either way, I do see the Four of Pentacles, and this is also kind of like a grounded and realistic Earth, card, just like how you started also with the Earth card yourself. Because Oracle says religion. Canon rules and commandments. So the thing is, maybe you could be somebody of religious background. Maybe the other person is of religious background. But what religion in vampire terms often means, it doesn't per se have to mean that you're of any kind of religious background. But it's more or less just that you're pretty much devoted towards, your current spouse, your life, your goals, and you're pretty much just kind of following, the rules and commandments, based off of your own experiences, maybe from your elders, from your family members, from your friends, what have you, in other ways, where you just think, okay, I'm just going to do whatever I want and how it's going to go about. Yes, I'm working incredibly hard and I achieved so many milestones because I'm devoted towards my own goals, my own journey and stuff like that in other ways. So that's why you pretty much are in a position like that. Because Favole wants to continue with the King of Crosses, also known as the King of Pentacles again. So you're definitely going to be in in some kind of royal, like lavish position, or maybe this is what you're actually hoping to achieve. And maybe that's what it is about, is that you pretty much just have this idea. You pretty much have this, well, maybe this is one of your, wishes that you help to blow out your birthday candles with, is that you pretty much just think, I want to live a rich lifestyle. I want to be the King of Pentacles. I want to be, in this position where I just have so much, because the thing is if you're devoted towards your goals and stuff like that, just like how religion, is like that, the point is, it's like eventually, something is going to happen, transpire, whether it's of, what you want, dream, wish, and desire, or something of equal or greater value in the end as well. So again, take it how it resonates, because we're going to head off towards the French Tarot deck. As de Miroir, also known as Ace of Cups. So there's definitely new love on the rise for you. Maybe with a fellow water sign, maybe with a Cancer, another Scorpio, or a Pisces, but either way, it's this new love heading off towards you. And maybe you just feel like, oh goodness, I've been having, facing nothing but just bad luck with the devil and stuff like that in my past. So now I pretty much, had to work incredibly hard. Maybe, well, you did actually have to do a lot of self-development and self-healing in so many ways, where you pretty much gave yourself a makeover, because, death, even though it is death, it's actually one of your cards, and Upright is about rebirthing and stuff like that. Just like Judgment is another one of your cards, grand announcements and stuff like that. So maybe, you did a lot of self-development, you pretty much, maybe did a makeover and stuff like that, because maybe, somehow the devil, got a hold of you, and you pretty much just thought, nope, I'm going to try to release myself from that, and now I'm going to start working very hard on myself. I got a good job, I look incredibly beautiful and handsome, I'm in a very top-tier position. The only thing that's missing is either love, but there's definitely something heading towards you. Okay. Well, my beautiful birthday Scorpios, I'll be wishing you guys plenty more, in the upcoming weeks before we head off towards Sagittarius season. But anyway, we're in your season, so again, happy birthday. May all of your beautiful dreams, wishes, and desires all come true. I want to wish you all the best on wherever this direction, or at least, love, relationship-wise, is heading off towards. And please feel free to stay tuned for October 31st. I love you guys incredibly. Well, thank you again so much for joining me in this fabulous, beautiful, relaxing evening.